Places, our neighbourhood. Beckton and Royal Docks. That wasn't me. Okay, so welcome in person here to Beckton Global Library, and welcome to everybody online. There's lovely clips of some of the projects. So as I said, People, Power, Places, Beckton and Royal Docks. I'm your community neighbourhood area manager, Lisa Taylor, and there is Samantha Ulysses, our senior officer. And just walking towards the front is Maria, giving everybody a wave. Maria Monterisi is our support officer. We're going to hear a few dings and dongs. I think people join us online, but we're happy to have hybrid when we can so that we can include as many people as possible in these events. Okay, so just some housekeeping to be aware of. We've no fire alarm planned today, so we'll be ably assisted by the Beckton Globe Library staff, but the fire exit is here behind me in the corner at the back. So we would follow each other out of there, around the building, and congregate in Kingsford Square. Photography, I think most people have either signed or indicated that they do not want to be in photographs. So Patricia, if you want to just make yourself known by waving, Patricia here in the room is going to be taking some photos. It's possible Samantha might take some photos. People hopefully have got a nice dot on their name if they do not want to be in photos or cannot be in photos. So please just do let us know. Anybody here this evening or online who requires British Sign Language interpretation? We do have some signers with us. I know Nicholas was here earlier. So please, again, do let us know if you require British Sign Language interpretation, and we can make that possible for you. The room team, you've been introduced to myself, Samantha and Maria. Chris is doing our technicals over there. Patricia's taking photos. Anna is in another room, Anna Casimir, doing our online. And then obviously we have some new volunteers, which is great at registration, and also CG from Stratford at the back. Give them a wave, CG, and Madine next to her from Custom House in Canning Town. And then Helen, Claire, Delara, Marcus in the library helping. Thank you. Okay, photography we've talked through quickly, so I'll just say we may take some footage at today's event. It really helps us sort of bring the programme to life and show people what happens at the events as well as in the projects. So they would be used by the council and the Resident Engagement Participation Service to publicise events across print and digital. So that might mean all these different media, articles, magazines, brochures, newsletters, posters, digital screens, website, social media, and email marketing. We are getting better, hopefully, at how we communicate and have a broader sort of sense of how to communicate with local residents. So in order for us to comply with data protection and confidentiality regulations, we do need to obtain your written consent. So that's to complete a form coming in today. As we said, if you've not given your consent, please do make sure your sticker is visible. And if you've lost it, just return to the registration desk and they'll give you another one. Okay, schedule. So I'm going to rattle through this quickly, hopefully. We are at the welcome and why we're here today. I'm going to go through a little bit more detail on that shortly. Councillors and corporate directors' opening remarks. I will just say now, we do have some lovely pictures of our councillors and our corporate director, but they've had an urgent finance meeting, which Conrad and our local councillors are attending this evening. So we're not expecting local councillors, but we are joined, I can see, by Councillor Charlene McLean online, who will introduce herself and give some closing remarks towards the end of this hybrid section. We hope to hear some experiences from some of our working group members. I've seen quite a few in the room this evening, and also get some project feedback and achievements from many of our project leads that I can see around the room also. There's then chance for some questions from either residents here in person or residents online. And then the exciting bit, the marketplace, where people get to talk to the projects. And also we've got a little human bingo game, which hopefully will get people chatting as well. So, and then closing remarks, we may do some here in person, but we're going to take them earlier from Councillor Charlene McLean before we lose our online colleagues. Okay, what is People, Power, Places? Previously, community assemblies, for those who go back a bit further in the memory, gives Newham residents the chance to make positive change together in your local area. So we are one of the largest participatory budgeting programs in the country. And Newham has 8 community neighbourhoods. So we are Beckton Royal Docks on Wednesday. Some of us will meet at the Cundy Centre for Custom House in Canning Town community neighbourhood. And obviously the other ones in Stratford, Manor Park and other areas will be happening throughout the next few weeks. So each neighbourhood's been allocated £200,000 to spend on local projects done by local people in the next 2 years. Well, we're coming towards the end of that now, aren't we, as we'll see soon. So it's for anyone who lives, works or learns in our community neighbourhood. And the money comes from Newham Community Infrastructure Levy, or NCIL. And it's a charge on new developments to help fund strategic and neighbourhood infrastructure in Newham. What are the criteria for NCIL funded projects? So projects that help with the development and growth of your area. Also projects that improve our public spaces and infrastructure, and projects that improve the health and happiness of the local community. Right, people, power, places. This cycle, it shows you sort of like all the way through from the initial stages in year 1, where there was deliberation about what the priorities were for the local areas, then the idea generation, the decision making, the implementation, which is the phase we're at the end of at the moment, and then the last element we'll be looking at is the learning, so all the evaluation to look towards a potential next cycle. While I'm just waiting for colleagues to change the slides, one thing that's not specifically on the slides in Beckton Royal Docks, although we have got colleagues here from the Royal Docks team, is the additional funding that we actually had in our area to have some extra projects, because the Royal Docks team were putting some of their funding together with London Borough of Newham's funding. So Ronak and Alex are here from the Royal Docks team if you want to give a wave. Yes. Do we have any other colleagues from the Royal Docks team here? Linda, is that? Kate, hi Kate. We did a walkabout, didn't we, a while ago? I remember. Nice to see you again. Okay, right, we're back on the slides. So our community neighbourhood, Beckton Royal Docks. Obviously, since the ward boundaries changed a couple of years ago, we've got Beckton, Royal Albert and Royal Victoria. And it's quite nice when you see the projects mapped over the whole community neighbourhood, because you can see all the different areas that are benefiting from our projects. And our priorities, Beckton Royal Docks chose community development and participation, environment and public spaces, probably not surprisingly considering what an interesting and green space we have around us, and also health and wellbeing, which was chosen by every community neighbourhood in the borough. So why are we here today? Beckton Royal Docks had a budget of £249,093.43. We received 366 project applications across Newham, not just in our neighbourhood, but totaling a potential 4.6 million. So we had a really large application trawl this year, which was exciting. Last year, so over 10,000 residents voted for their favourite projects in October and November of 2023, and 18 project ideas were successful after the votes for Beckton and Royal Docks. So these projects have been delivering throughout the whole of 2024. And again, this is your opportunity to meet the leads and find out how the community's benefited. Okay. Is this going to slide in, Chris, with nice graphics? Yeah, thank you. I thought I was just going to have to memorise. So what have we achieved as a whole programme throughout the last 2 years? So 4,386 engagements were reached through People, Power, Places events. And that's an 86% increase from 2022-2023 cycle. So I think hopefully it shows how many more residents we're reaching across Newham. So 366 applications received from residents and voluntary community and faith sector. And 10,000, as we said earlier, individual residents voted for their favourite projects, funding 120 projects in total. So 91% of residents found People, Power, Places events easy to participate in. We try not to make it too hard. And 88% of residents felt they were more connected to the local area after coming to a People Power Places event, after attending a People Power Places event. Okay, so, I mean, these are some quotes. I will just hopefully leave that up there for a few minutes, but the one I'm going to just look at, of course, is our local one. So, and it's looking at strengthening communities. And this was from a corporate volunteer who went along to the Restore HQ Pond Health and Ecology project. Jim over there. Jim, do you want to give us a wave? That's your project. So the volunteer said, we involve ourselves in the places we're working, and with the people working with the local communities, it's our opportunity to give back, and it's an amazing community facility. So, and obviously, you know, the other community neighbourhoods are represented there as well, with some other very sort of positive participant perspectives. Okay, I'm going to hand over to Samantha now, because you've heard enough from me, and Samantha's going to introduce you to some of our working group members. Thanks.
Hello everyone. I just want to apologise from now. I have a bit of a cough, so I might cough between speaking, so I apologise. So we have some working group members in the room tonight. As you can see on the list, that these are all our working group members who were recruited at the beginning of the cycle. And what happened over the last 2 years is that they helped to support the programme. They did monitoring visits. They also supported with the scoring of the projects and was heavily involved in the decision making. So I would like to invite Yeva, just for her to come up and speak briefly about her experience.
Hello everyone, my name is Yeva. It was my first time as a working group member, and I have to say it was truly an amazing experience. I joined People Power Places working group member group at the time when I was working from home, where I really felt like very isolated. And People Power Places served the purpose for me, that I found a community, I found a sense of belonging, and it was really, really amazing to see so many residents, my neighbors getting involved. What's really, really stand out of this project is the community sense. And for us as a working group members, it was not only just attend the meetings, for projects, monitor the projects, but actually we had an opportunity to be really involved with the project, to know the project, to help them, to share our experiences, to share our skills, and make a tiny change. I wish I was involved a little bit more, but maybe that's for the next time. And finally, through all the journey, I really experienced a lot of positivity. All those people who were involved, all those leads, they're so passionate, creative, and dedicated to make a change. So I want to say massive thank you for all the project leads, all the volunteers, for being part of the change, and for all the organizers to give me a chance to be part of the group. Thank you.
Thank you, Yeva. I'm not sure if we have Amin, but I would like to invite another working group member. I believe we have Guy. Hello, Guy. Would you please like to come up and share your experience, please? Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I was involved in 2 of the programs, both to do with health and well-being. One over in King George area, where I visited 2 or 3 times and was able to participate in some of the activities that were going on. And the other one over in this area near Beckton that was actively involved in supporting young people. And this has been going on for 5 years. And what really impressed me about these projects was the commitment of everybody involved. And I brought a visitor the other week, and he said this is the only place that he has felt a kind of buzz at the moment. And I think that's very reassuring. And it has prompted me, as I move into retirement, to take more action in supporting these organizations, because I think they are amazing and they do make a difference. If anybody has any questions, I would be more than happy to answer them this evening, but I would certainly encourage anybody to come and get involved. And it doesn't matter who you are, what age you are, where you're from, or what you think. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Guy, for sharing the experience. Can we go back to the... So these are our councillors who, as we said earlier on, were unable to attend due to another meeting. Sorry, bear with us. So we have for Beckton, we have Councillor Tony Wilson, Councillor Blossom Young, Councillor Rahima Rahman. For Royal Albert, we have Councillor Anne Easter, Councillor Anthony McAlmont, and for Royal Victoria, Councillor Caroline Adaja and Councillor Steve Brayshaw. Unfortunately, our corporate director couldn't be here. He sends his apologies. Okay, so we are now moving on to feedback from the project leads, and this will be an opportunity for the project leads to share with you their experience over the last, their experience over the last 2 years. So I'm going to go in this way, and we'll move around, and we will start off with Christopher and his team from Arts in the Dock.
Thank you very much. This was a fantastic opportunity for us to work with the community in which we're embedded. The whole idea of citizen participatory budgeting was something I'd never experienced before, but you voted for what we did and you all got involved in what we did. We are very, very reliant on project funding. We don't have any sustainable funding at all. As a consequence of what we did, we delivered over 50 community workshops, including workshops for children. We developed people's skills in fashion and textile design, and there's a number of people here from the local community who learnt to paint and draw, and they're having their own exhibition of work shortly. As a project, as a concept, it has been absolutely fantastic. Congratulations, Newham, congratulations, Royal Docks area. Thank you to the libraries team for making this possible, and thank you all of you for making this feel really worthwhile. Thank you.
Next, we'd like to invite Beckton community. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay.
Hello, everybody. Like Samantha, I've got a bit of a cough, so excuse me if I do cough in the meantime, and I'm not, public speaking is not one of my strong suits, so please forgive me. First of all, I want to start by saying thank you so much for having us and giving us the opportunity to speak a little bit about our projects. I'm going to be prompted by my phone, so please excuse me. In brief, we, one of the earlier people who started with People Power Places, we started when it was a community assemblies, and we've been running for about 5 years now. I think one of the projects Guy was talking about was one of ours. We've grown a lot over the last few years and managed to deliver a lot of projects. In this last year, we was able to deliver a few projects, starting with our youth work and our adults male football, which run all year round. We always also had the opportunity to run other classes, which run in 6 to 10 week blocks, which are mainly focused around calligraphy and Arabic language. We got a lot of family involved, which was really nice, and we managed to meet loads of different members of the community, which was lovely. A highlight of the year was our annual fun day. We run fun day every summer, which runs in Windsor Park Estate, and we had roughly about 500 people attend. The best thing about this year's event was we had some of our earlier participants in the youth work come and join us as volunteers, which was really nice to see them actively working and getting an idea of the community and getting to meet everyone. From our visitors and attendees, we had really good feedback, mainly along the lines of people were happy to see a community-led project running in the area, and that was something they was really impressed by. So thank you everyone who did manage to attend, and if you haven't really seen what we're doing, please come to our table when we go to Mark. Thank you.
Next, we'll be hearing from Art for Fun. Stand or sit.
Okay, Art for Fun has been in existence since around 2008. And right from the start, we set out to address the needs of lonely and isolated, trying to create a welcoming and safe space through the medium of art. We have always been totally inclusive, but do have one stipulation, that any who are known to be volatile or have very complex needs should always come with a carer. Otherwise, we have no restrictions. We've always attracted a wide range of people with very varied abilities, and the PPP grant has enabled us to reach out even more to other communities as well. It's enabled us to pay for monthly art workshops, exploring different aspects of the art and culture of the different communities within Beckton. Some of my group have written a few words. Getting us to do different things was really exciting. I like working with my hands doing the textiles. If I'm having a bad day, it lifts my spirits just to have a cup of tea and doing something creative. And I also have some wonderful volunteers who have written that it's a very fulfilling experience. It's been wonderful to see community members so engaged and inspired by the cultural collaboration we have been fostering. We have learnt so much from this process that we can take forward as a community group, encouraging more cross-cultural understanding and social connection in Beckton and the Royal Docks and across Newham. So PPP, thank you very much for supporting us over this last year. It has been amazing.
Thank you, Art for Fun. We'll now move over to Beckton Fit, Green and Clean project.
Hi, my name's Paul. I'm the chair of BEAT. Also here with me this evening is Jenny and Joe, who have been really influential over the past year in supporting everything that we've done. So BEAT was set out to make Beckton a fitter, cleaner and greener place, and a more inclusive place for the people who live and work in Beckton. So we was fortunate enough to be given £20,000 from Newham as part of the programme, and that has been put to some very good use in terms of what we've managed to achieve over the past year. So in total, 333 people of varying ages have taken part in various projects that we've put together throughout the year. So over the past year, the following couldn't have taken place without the funding that's been provided to us by Newham Council and the programme. So the following projects have taken place over the past year. So we've had 7 community litter pick projects throughout the area of Beckton, which has gathered together over 450 bags of rubbish and fly tip, some of which have been literally huge collections of rubbish and made the area so good for people who live in the area. We've had 19 gardening sessions, which have run throughout the summer at HQ Pond, planting various plants, making new flower beds, 3 of which have made the area a nice place for people to visit. And also we've done 25 duck feeding health walks, where duck food along with educational information has been provided to everyone who's attended. The feedback provided as a result of this has been amazing. We've also managed to put together some volunteer reward events, such as allowing people to attend Haynall Country Park, Chislehurst Caves, trip to Kew Gardens, and also pantomime at the Royal Theatre, East Stratford. Our big event was in the summer, where we had the big lunch. This took place at Ichiku Pond. It was a great day, a massive turnout with a magician, face painter, glitter tattooist, food and drink, arts and crafts, a masseur, and a balloon artist. Like I said, we also designed the 3 new flower beds at Ichiku Pond, and we also conducted educational activities which took place at 2 local schools. Some of the work that you can see on the desk here, anti-litter pieces of art. All of the above has made a massive difference to our community, and it doesn't end there. We have another litter pick which is planned for February, and also we have a arts competition for varying ages which is due to take place also in February. A thank you has to go to Newham Council and also the residents of Newham who have made this possible. Without them, our project couldn't have taken place. Thank you.
Thank you for that. We now move over to Ichiku Park Soil and Plant Upgrade Project.
This is actually Jim's project, but he was dubious about being here tonight. So I'm Brian. I've taken over the speech for Jim, and Bill is going to do it for BIPEG, which was our main show. So we had quite a big project in the beginning. We weren't sure how difficult it was going to be to successfully complete because it involved huge amounts of work, very physical, moving in the end 20 tons of topsoil, spreading it over the gardens and the grass, and improving the area. And right at the end, after the BIPEG group had finished dredging the pond, we came in with water plants, and we put in about 2,500 pounds worth of water plants in the water to try and improve the quality as well. So this was all part of Jim's project, and we had amazing help from the community and from Jim's firm, Lang O'Rourke. On numerous occasions, they had people coming over. We mixed concrete and planted stuff and carted soil around. We had fantastic help from Jenny, the Beat group, doing the planting in the gardens we made, and BIPEG, of course. We had a lot of equipment which was without which we wouldn't have been able to do the soil work. So all in all, fantastic result for the pond area. Nothing to do with the water, but all around the water. And a huge number of people came along, just random people in the end coming along and saying, can we help? So for us, it was fantastic. We made a lot of friendships which have continued beyond the actual work that we're doing, and we're going to continue doing this work in the new year. This year, actually, we're in the new year already. So fantastic for us, and all we can do is thank all the people that helped, and thank the PPP donations, without which we would not have been able to do anything. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We now have Restore Ichiku Park, Pond Health and Ecology.
Hi there. Towards the end of July, we had our most successful event at the pond cleaning. A local company came along and sent volunteers. That day we had 11 people dredging in the pond, which was our best effort. Brian realised that local companies are willing to get involved with us because it helps their carbon footprint and is good publicity for them. But we were also helped out by the community. We had over 100 volunteers, and we estimate we shifted about 92 tons of wet muck out of the pond, and this we shall be using on the flower beds in the future. we, what was the next bit? Yeah, we've put water plants into the pond, as Brian said, and Brian has made some islands for the plants to go on as well, because we realised that the plants help to cleanse the water. We've noticed now that we've some little insects coming back to the water. We've got dragonflies, and we've got water boatmen, and this gives us hope for the future that we shall manage to improve things even more. We'd like to thank everyone who helped us, and we would like to say that if you want to follow us, we're on Facebook, and we've got a WhatsApp group, and you can find details on the Newham Co-Create site. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now hear from Operation Peace Hub.
Hello, everyone. My name's Harry. I'm one of the partnerships managers at Fight for Peace. We're a charity based in North Woolwich, and we use the power of boxing and martial arts to work with young people to help them realise their full potential. Operation Peace Hub was a youth-led project, and that's been the biggest takeaway for all of us at Fight for Peace was the way in which young people have led this project. And you're probably wondering where are they tonight? Well, it's actually fallen on the same time that they're putting on a personal development session that they're leading themselves in the new hub area that they have created. So it's pretty apt that the reason they're not here is because they're following on from delivering the project, are continuing to deliver it of their own accord. So what they've been able to do is transform the central hub area of our academy in North Woolwich and make it a place where young people want to hang out before and after their boxing and martial arts sessions. And it's truly transformed the way in which young people interact with us. They're no longer just coming to do their sport. They're using the opportunity to come a little bit earlier to either talk to some of their peers or talk to a youth worker and enjoy that space that they've created themselves. And in 2024, we have reached over 1,200 young people have come through our doors, and so are now able to use this newly renovated area. So a massive thank you to everybody in the People Powered Places team who have been able to make this possible. And the investment that we've done for 2024 is going to have lasting impact now for years to come as more and more young people from North Woolwich and the surrounding areas come through Fight for Peace, and hopefully we're able to support them to realise their full potential. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. And now we're going to hear from Nourish My Neighbourhood.
Hello, my name is Varsha and I'm a sustainability officer at University of East London. We had our community gardening project, which was called Nourish My Neighbourhood, and it was mainly geared toward kickstarting a community garden, which was previously existing in the university, but not being used as an active, vibrant green space. So when I applied for this funding, I was really unsure about what it involves. I just came to know about it from a friend, and when I got in touch with Newham, they were really very supportive from the really starting. And there was never a time when I posed a question to Newham and they didn't come back with an answer. So really, really thank you, because I wouldn't be here without you. And another thing is what the community garden project involved delivering weekly gardening sessions to residents in the Beckton and Waldox area, and we called on people weekly to teach them about sustainable agriculture, soil, natural ecosystems, but it became more than that. So we also delivered workshops on well-being and gardening, how are they synchronized, and we also delivered sessions on making a leaf mulch and making your own compost bins. And so yeah, it was really a learning session for me as well. I'm not a gardener by profession, but I learned a lot. And I'm really thankful to Neum for giving me this opportunity to come here and share my experience. And I look forward to continuing with the project in the next year as well. And we also have a gardening group on WhatsApp where you can join the group if you need. If you live in the Beckton and Royal Docks area, come to me and I'll add you to the group and you can join the sessions. And we are also on Instagram. UEL Community Garden is our Instagram handle. You can see what we are doing on the hand. Thank you.
I just want to share an experience from the project Woodland Explorers by Curious by Nature, who unfortunately couldn't be here today. They had 284 people participating in the project. Out of that, 198 children aged between 0 to 13 attended their sessions. And here is what they delivered. They delivered a community litter pick, a conflict resolution workshop, 12 after-school club sessions, 17 school holiday sessions, 22 family forest schools, 21 drop-off forest schools, 1 women's nature connection session, 1 woodland management volunteer workshop, a nature trail map, and 4 nature trail signs. So that was on behalf of Curious by Nature. Thank you.
Thanks. There are a few projects that we haven't had project leads feedback on, but I think it's safe to say the ones we've heard from, some amazing outputs and outcomes. Just well done, everybody. And also lots of people have interacted project-wise, you know, so there's been quite a lot of synergy between different projects that have worked together. So that's really positive for us to see as well. So, right, are we going back to the last couple of slides, Chris? Yeah. Not long now, then we get a chance for some questions. So get your questions ready. Right, we've had the feedback, yeah. Yeah, so now it's time. Should we go online first? Anna, have we got any questions that may have come in the chat, or if anybody wants to put their hands up and ask any questions directly to the project leads, the working group? Us?
I can see some comments. Oh, I've got feedback. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. I've referred so many, this is from Katie, I've referred so many people to Art for Fun. It has been a lifeline for individuals. Great work, Sue and team. And then she's also added, great work, everyone. Wonderfully rich support for the community. Can I ask if there will be contact info and details of groups that are continuing? Would love to refer people and attend myself.
Okay, I think that's something we should, I mean, we can be your point of contact, Katie. So, because we do have contact details, and I think, you know, Varsha's already said the group's continuing there, and, you know, many of the other projects and organisations are continuing. So I think this is what we want to achieve in terms of legacy and contact, and making sure you can refer people. So please, yes, do get in touch with us, Katie, myself, or Samantha or Maria, and we'll make those connections.
We also got another great comment saying these have been some truly amazing stories to hear. Oh, really great to hear. And A. Christie has asked about the status of the Over the Tracks project.
Good question. So the Over the Tracks project did prove difficult in terms of permissions, and then some complications with the host organisation. So Mo, our project lead, was not able to continue with that one. But I think in terms of like Mo's sort of future plans and what else might happen with that project, or the kind of fruition of it, then please again get in touch with us directly, and we can sort of put you in touch with Mo, or put you in touch with other kind of like projects that were involved in the Over the Tracks. But no, we were really sad to see that one didn't manage to go ahead this time. Any other questions or comments we can take to the project leads or the working group or the team? Online? No?
Not at the moment, but people might be tapping away. So why don't we go to the room and then I can let you know if any.
Thanks, Anna. Yeah.
Right.
Will do. Right. Okay. We've got a hand up at the back. Who's helping with our roving mic? So, and anybody else, if you've got any questions or comments, please get them ready once we've heard from the man in the nice yellow hat.
Hello, good evening.
Oh, it's not. Sorry. Yes, hello. A lady in a nice green top, not a nice yellow hat. Hello.
First of all, can I just pay credit to the funders of Art in the Docks? It's a project I've been involved with and never interested in arts before, but it's taught me to see the world in a different way. At a time when there's so much anxiety, so much concern about so many things, and with so many of us getting addicted to stuff online, art is a way that enables you to do things that you wouldn't do. One, whilst I'm in class, I'm able to switch off. I don't think about anything. I'm present. I haven't done that in a long time. I lost my husband in 2012, 2022, and then 2023 was in and out of hospital. And being part of the project has given me an opportunity to integrate the painful parts and also the emerging new identity of who I am as a person, because our environments define us and we also define our environments. So my question is, with so many deserving projects in the room, how are you going to decide what projects are going to go ahead?
Thank you. Sorry, what's your name?
Florence.
Florence. Thank you so much, Florence. That was a really thoughtful and generous compliment and comment for Art in the Docks. Sorry, Art. Was it Art for Fun or Art in the Docks she was talking about? I'm confused now. Art in the Docks. Right. Sorry, Florence. Got you now. Really thoughtful, really generous comment. These projects all were successful, Florence. So we're just yet to see whether we're going to be lucky enough to have another People Power Places cycle in the next 2 years. So watch this space and we will see how we get on. But yeah, I think a round of applause again for everybody in the room and the projects, what they've achieved and what obviously wonderful outcomes they've given to individuals. So any other comments or questions people wanted to make before we carry on? No? Okay, thank you so much. Right, can we just quickly go back to online and see if there's anything else come through, Anna?
Just a comment from Shanine to, I think, echo Florence's comments that Christopher is fantastic. I exhibited with him in 2023 and it was the most phenomenal experience and opportunity which set the pace for my confidence. So great compliments all around.
Really great, really great. Thank you so much, Anna. Okay, if we go back to the slides, I think we might be having some final words from Councillor Charlene, is that right?
She can do that.
Sorry?
You can do that now here.
Do that now, yeah. Okay, so just before we go to Councillor Charlene, please, we always look to improve our events, so do ensure before the end you've got your feedback form completed. But now, Councillor Charlene McLean, if we could have a few words from yourself, that would be amazing. Thank you.
Brilliant, thank you. And sorry I'm not there in the room, but actually the hybrid experience this time has been really fantastic. So huge thanks to Chris and his roving camera, because, you know, I think I actually might have had a better experience at home because I got to see everything in detail and it was really great. So I'm doing my closing remarks now because I know the Zoom room is going to be closing at 7, but don't go home yet because there's, you know, still the opportunity to go around and speak to the project leads. But I just wanted to take this opportunity just to thank the project leads actually, because, you know, with their brilliant ideas and their trust in the process, they put in their applications and the residents voted for them. So thank you to the residents who voted and participated in this amazing program, which, as was mentioned earlier, is one of the largest and greatest in the country. Also, a huge thank you to the working group members, because a lot of time and effort goes into them taking part in this process, and thank you for for their believing and being part of it, because without them this wouldn't really work. And also for the neighbourhood teams and all the volunteers, but also to Roll Docs, who gave an extra amount so that there was more funding for projects within the neighbourhood. It's really great to hear how the projects have progressed, and how throughout these different cycles that we've had of people power places, they've managed to grow and to encourage people to feel part of their neighbourhoods and their communities. So as was mentioned, we are hopeful that there will be another cycle. We'll be going to cabinet later on this month, but we've been undergoing a huge evaluation process, and the comments of people and how they've contributed to see how the program could potentially evolve has been really immense and useful. So thank you for that. But if we are lucky enough to have another cycle, then it's always an iterative process. It will evolve, become even more inclusive and equitable. So yeah, it's really exciting times. So enough from me, because you don't want to be listening to me waffle on and see my big head on the screen, but just to say thank you so much, everybody, for your time and energy and effort within this process. And yeah, just thank you so much for believing in it, as we all do. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. Brilliant. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor. Great. So it's gone quick, but thank you for joining online. Thanks for your comments and input. And we're going to say goodbye to you now, I think. And we're going to go and play a bit of human bingo. So you're here with us in spirit. So, but we'll see you next time, hopefully, at an in-person. All right. Thanks so much for coming. Bye-bye. And here, yeah, please. We have some human bingo.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. I'm happy to stay online if you've got any questions. Yeah, I'll keep the room open for another 5 or so more minutes, and then I'll close it up. Oh, can participants be emailed a summary across the key projects and their outcomes impact? Good question, Cassandra. So you can see all the projects on New Co-Create. I'll grab the link and put it in the chat. In terms of their impact, they are actually bidding. Sorry, can I do 2 things at once? No. You can see it here. So I was saying they're filling out their evaluation forms now, and they should be updating Co-Create. We are gathering all the evaluation forms as well, and over the next couple of months going to be understanding the impact of the projects, and we'll be publishing our final evaluation report of this cycle in March, at the end of March. So please keep your eyes peeled for that. I hope that answers your question. Let me know if not. Let me stop recording as well. So, oh, how do I do that? Right here, stop recording.